New Zealand's largest online news site ceases posting on any Facebook-owned platform citing ethical reasons.
Here's a summary of the article.
The biggest news site in New Zealand, and the country's fifth biggest site overall, Stuff has embarked on an experiment in dropping the use of Facebook and Instagram. Effective immediately, Stuff is trialling ceasing all activity on Facebook-owned networks. This experiment applies to all Facebook pages, groups and Instagram accounts across our entire group, announces the email. We stopped advertising on Facebook soon after the Christchurch mosque attacks in Christchurch, as we did not want to contribute financially to a platform that profits of publishing hate speech and violence. The current experiment is in the context of the international boycott Facebook movement, and applies until further notice. Stuff has about 900,000 likes on Facebook on their main page, along with a range of other more specialized pages and groups. Stuff is also unusual in the world in that it is a news website that is also among the most highly visited sites in the country in which it is based, at fifth in the country, behind Google, YouTube, Facebook and TradeMe. Generally, even major news sites are further down those rankings. For example, in Australia, the highest-ranked news site is 12th overall in the country. Both Facebook and Stuff have been approached for further comment, and this story will be updated with responses.
This post received a score of 32,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Shit, what do people in other countries visit more than news sites? That's a bit weird. Personally I avoid Stuff, but certainly I check Radio NZ, the spin-off and ODT at least daily. TradeMe is our version of eBay, by the way. How in the fuck is Stuff visited more than Pornhub? People have their priorities out of whack. We're a classy people, us Kiwis. Only the best, most handcrafted artisan pornography is good enough for us. We'd not demean ourselves by visiting a base site like that.
Cue a million fucking outdated sheep shagger jokes. We've evolved beyond that. We fuck cows now.
That's no way to refer to your Mrs. Bro. No misses for me, no need to purchase the cow when you can get the milk for free.
I'll stick with John Campbell.
New Zealand is the new Canada.
Always been like that. Australia is the USA, New Zealand is Canada. Tasmania is Alabama. Edit, okay, the Tas call-out is purely the age-old call-out of close families. But yes, in all honesty, Tasmania and its people are both beautiful and lucky to be disconnected from the rest.
That's a pretty outdated opinion of Tasmania. It's all mono-FOMO gentrification now.
Everything I've heard about Tasmania makes it sound a lot more like a part of NZ than Australia. I'm hoping to visit sometime after we can open our borders.
Yep. Sparsely populated and no jobs.
I mean, it's pretty much the edge of the civilized world.
Are you claiming Tasmania as civilized?
Tasmania is beautiful, as long as you don't need a job. Hobart and Launceston both have a surprisingly good restaurant scene, and there are hundreds of places to drive to within an hour or two, with little cafes or lovely views. Best place in the world to retire.
If you like freezing your ass off.
How cold does it get? I was born in the northeast USA, so basically Canada. Freezing means a lot of different thing to different people. I don't mean to single you out, I'm just curious.
Some context here, as many people in NZ tend to bag the spin-off and they'll be showing up in the comments to have a whinge shortly. People who seem to think our very centrist Prime Minister is actually Stalin reincarnated don't like this at all. They also have fluff articles where they flippantly review every flavor of corn chip they can find in the 3 or 4 supermarkets closest to them. This apparently isn't news, which really concerns some people who are apparently unable to not click on them.
Greater than people who seem to think our very centrist Prime Minister is actually Stalin reincarnated don't like this at all. I have relatives in the Waikato rural, cattle farming region, and people there, not my relatives, that I know of, literally call her that commie bitch because she won't allow infected immigrants to come in and work on their farms for cheap labor. Because God forbid they have to pay Kiwis a decent wage to work on their farm instead of screwing over foreigners. Those poor souls.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.